Hey guys, I'm sitting down here with Brett from Divinity, and I figured I'd ask him a couple questions for all of you guys. So Brett, thanks for coming all the way down to the far south to sit down with me today.
Thanks for having me.
So I want to know, how did Divinity form?
I believe it was 1996 or 97. Our singer Sean and the original drummer Brent, they were in high school, grade 11, grade 10, something like that. And they would go home at lunchtime from school, and they would jam. So just playing, Metallica songs and whatnot. And a few months after that, my older brother James was in the band as well. Still, he joined them.
Yeah.
And started, writing the original songs or whatever. And I think their first gig was in '98. The summer of '98 was in Sean's backyard. It was in his parents' backyard.
Yeah.
And I came up from home, and I was playing bass for the gig. I was 15.
Yeah.
I had orange hair and big baggy pants. And I learned all the songs in like 3 or 4 days, whatever it was, and I played bass for this. And from there they started doing the odd bar gig, and started playing at Morgan's Pub. Of course, they had Battle of the Bands back then. And that's kind of how they got started doing their bar gigs and whatnot. Yeah. And they started playing in Edmonton, getting out of town a little bit, and then I started playing drums for them in 2001. This is when I joined. I came to Calgary to start work after I finished high school, and joined the band a year after that, or whatever it was.
Perfect. So. I had no idea that you played bass.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I played piano too. We all
multi-talented, hey?
Well, I'm not very good at those other ones, but I know how to play.
So who influences your music?
Back then, it was definitely, there's certain bands that we all like, your Metallica, Iron Maiden, Pantera, that kind of stuff. We were all kind of we were all kind of into the same stuff. My brother and I were big Kiss fans growing up. Nice. Still like Kiss. Nice. And now that we've been doing it for a long time, influence can come from anywhere. It's not just music, it's anything. Sitting down at a park bench and just looking around and saying, what do I think about today?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Seeing someone jogging, seeing someone happy, seeing someone yelling at somebody, like, oh. I don't like that very much. That's kind of neat. And just anything and anywhere you can get influence from. Life itself is full of surprises every day.
That's the truth.
That kind of stuff, it makes it a lot more personable when you write songs.
No, exactly. It comes from the heart.
Use that versus just writing about metal stuff. Like, I hate this guy. Everyone's done that.
No, exactly.
It's old, I think, so.
Exactly. So you've toured across some pretty wicked places across Canada. Do you find that the metal crowd is different from east to west, or I guess in better terms, who pulls out the bigger crowds?
I would say so. There's Montreal was probably the bigger place to play in terms of, that's kind of like a metal homeland for Canada, and even in North America, it's a very big scene. Most bands that go on tour play Montreal. Yeah. And our first time there we really noticed how big a scene it is, and all these bands that are from there. And when we first got signed, and we see all these other signed bands that Montreal, or at least Quebec kind of thing, and got a huge influence from them when we started seeing about this huge scene over there and how good they were. Like all these bands that were playing kick-ass death metal and any kind of metal really. Yeah. And it was a huge scene there. Yeah. And all these say Cryptopsy and Cataclysm, bands like that are still playing 15, 20 years now, and those are the kind of bands that even 10 years ago were still working their way up and doing awesome. So we follow that kind of stuff, and that scene across Canada, I don't think any other part of Canada touches them for what they can produce and give to the world of metal. No, exactly. It seems like a lot of bands are coming out of there. That's
perfect. So for your new album, what made you decide to go with the title Immortalist?
Immortalist was the idea of a character that is, I'm not going to give too much of the story away, but we're still developing this big 3-part story that's going to work out in terms of the whole album. Yeah. And we got into a bit about conspiracy theories and the whole alien kind of thing, as to all these kind of fantasy type ideas that is it so fantasy? You know? So we're going to try and make this story work in such a way that it works to people that are just regular everyday people that say that might be possible. Yeah. And still have that fantasy aspect and that aspect of thinking about all these weird things that wow, that's different. Yeah. That type of thing, right? So it was kind of cool that you can incorporate so many different broad ideas when you use the term immortal. Yeah. It's just think about, it's lives forever. Well, there's a lot more shit that goes in with that. And I thought it was a really cool kind of idea, like really broad thing that you can incorporate all these different writing ideas in and different types of music too, where we play music that is extreme as we can play,
Yeah.
all the way down to stuff that has piano and stuff that even grandma might like.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So we kind of thought it was a good idea that way. And
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So what made you guys decide to do the Immortalist in 3 parts instead of just releasing it as one album?
the biggest idea came from the business aspect of releasing an album these days, in my opinion anyway, is becoming kind of old school. It's people that come from that age understand, waiting at the record store, waiting to get your album, when Metallica puts their album out, you got to go buy it for $20 and you'll just love this shit.
Yeah.
But nowadays, with the internet and being able to download anything you want to for free or not for free, whether you pay for it or not, is we decided to release it in 3 different parts at say 3 or 4 songs at a time, and you release it 1 song at a time when you put it out. So week 1 you release this song, listen to it. Week 2 you release this song, listen to it. And when you give all of your songs that kind of push, people listen to all your songs.
Yeah.
When you give them 10 or 12 songs, they pick 2 or 3 that are the hits that they like, or that even the singles that a band releases to market their album.
Yep.
All these other songs that you put the exact same amount of time in don't get listened to.
That's actually brilliant.
So you put all the same amount of time into writing these other songs. Song 7 is, you spend all the hours writing that song too.
Yeah.
But people don't listen to it because it's not song 2 and it's not the single that you released. So we thought that was kind of an interesting way, and it makes it a lot more affordable for guys like us who are paying for it out of pocket too.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have $25,000 to go and do a proper record, but we got 2 right now and 3 right now, so let's just do a little bit at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the sad reality of a working metal band, isn't it?
Yeah. It's tough, right?
It's tough.
It is tough.
A lot of money to spend.
So when can the fans expect part 2 and part 3?
We're in the middle of recording part 2 right now. Just finished the drums about a month ago. And so guitars are starting pretty quick. We're hopefully going to have part 2 done by the end of the year. Like late fall.
Oh, that'd be nice. Perfect.
And then we'll start writing. We haven't even written for part 3 yet.
Oh,
so that'll be probably well into next year.
Perfect.
Before that comes out. And then with that, we'll release the full album.
Excellent.
With all the story and everything like that. So we're hoping to make some kind of a big package out of it that'll be like a limited edition type of thing.
Oh, with the t-shirts and stuff?
So it'll be a whole package for people who want to buy that.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, like I was saying about the whole downloading thing, is that there's an awful lot of fans who just want this song.
Yeah,
They don't care about artwork, they don't care
Yeah.
about anything else, but there's a lot of fans who
Yeah.
want the full package, and they'll spend $50,
Yeah.
$80, $100, whatever it is, to go get your shirt and your signed copy. And,
and the art aspect of it too, right?
and they can appreciate the whole package.
Exactly.
So we want to give everybody their stuff. If you only want to buy 2 songs, then
You can buy 2
give
songs.
us $2.
Yeah.
And buy 2 songs.
Good to go. So you created a pretty wicked music video a couple years ago with Laying the Bed You Made. Are you guys planning on doing any more music videos with songs from the Immortalist?
I would say so. Not in the immediate future. Definitely we'll wait till the album's fully done, I think.
Yeah.
Just because we can focus on making the record first, and then we can branch out and do the marketing things with that. But yeah, I think it's kind of a cool way for bands to choose how to represent themselves.
Yeah.
How they look.
Yeah.
Where, especially when you take 3 years like we're doing to write this record, I mean, people change, people have new ideas, so you don't just put everything in together and like, hey, this is us, this is what we're going to do, and throw it out.
Throw it out there,
You just say, okay, where are we at now? So in a year from now, we can choose to do a video for a song we wrote 2 years ago, have a whole different perspective on it, and then write around like that. So, yeah, I think that's what we'll do.
Awesome. So, do you have any crazy fan stories or Stage 5 clinger stories? We want to hear some dirt, Brett.
We're like grandpas of metal. Like when we went on tour, last tour that we did was back in 2010, so it was already a few years ago, but we were already, like everyone had girlfriends.
Yeah.
And we weren't the kind of band that said on tour we're single.
Yeah.
Like a lot of bands do.
Good for you guys.
We kind of try and keep them when you go home. So we were the kind of band that would pack up our stuff and go home and have a cup of tea before bed. Which doesn't make for very good stories, sadly. I mean, there's the odd girl that would come and go, and you're like, oh, poor chick. But yeah, no, we're not about that kind of stuff, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we've chosen to make it about the music rather than about these crazy stories. Motley Crue has all those stories.
Yeah, exactly.
We,
the dirt.
we can't beat them, no matter how hard we try. We can't even come close to that shit.
So you guys have some shows actually coming up this summer and into the fall, kind of. So do you want to tell everybody what's coming up?
Yeah, we're playing. First show is going to be August 22nd in Red Deer. We're opening up for Origin. There are another 4 bands, I think, touring with them as well. And then on the 23rd, we're playing in Edmonton, and that tour is combining with the Summer Slaughter Canada tour with Faceless, and then Archspire, I think, is playing also from
Yeah.
Canada, and then a few other bands from the States. And yeah, so we're playing those two shows first, and then the weekend afterwards we're playing a Calgary show on the Thursday night, I believe. It's still in the works, and then we're playing the Loud as Hell Festival in
Which is going to be blast.
Drumhella.
Going to be
So
blast.
that'll be a fun time as well. And then after that, we'll focus back on finishing the record and start writing for part 3.
Awesome. Well, we're really excited for part 2 and part 3. It's going to be a year in the making, but I can't wait. Part 1 I absolutely loved. You guys did a fantastic job on that. So hit their website. We're going to put the links up for all of you guys. You can also help with their funding campaign. They have some really wicked guy shirts out there. The old nice button up the front. So pick some of those up and then come see Divinity out on tours. Thanks, guys.